Good morning. I'm gonna leave this live up because I know nobody tunes into my lives, but maybe you could catch it later if it's helpful. So the topic of today, because income taxes are starting to flow in, so a lot of people are doing some stuff for self-care. So hey boo. So the topic of today is resin veneers or porcelain veneers. Which one should you get? And I'm going to give you a real quick hard fact truth on resin or porcelain, okay? Because this is something that the dentists don't tell you. All right, so first of all, it's always best to get braces before you get veneers. Some dentists will tell you you don't have to. Hold on real quick, let me plug y'all in. I feel like it's better to get braces. That's how I was advised to do it, and I feel like that is the best way to do it. So braces first for optimum results. You know, we always say that we're optimum results. So if you want the best results, braces first. But, you know, if you don't want to do it, you don't have to. All right, so the hardcore truth on resin and porcelain. So resin is a composite that they put over your teeth. They do not have to shave down your teeth or anything like that. Now, the advantage of resin is more affordable. So it's only roughly around $5,000 for resin veneers. It's more affordable. It's easy accessible. It's a one-day treatment, so it usually takes about 5 hours to get resin veneers. Now, the disadvantage of resin that the dentists aren't going to tell you, and now that I have them, it's kind of all making sense of what the dentist was saying. My dentist who was doing my resin veneers was telling me she was only going to do porcelain veneers. I didn't catch on to why she was saying that at the time. I'm like, oh, okay. So she was saying I'm only going to be offering porcelain. The reason why is resin stains, okay? So if you're a coffee drinker, a tea drinker, smoker, whatever you do, resin is going to stain. How you doing? Oh, shoot. Yeah, resin is going to stain, and resin chips, okay? So the first 6 months that I had my resin, I was eating a tortilla chip. Dropping off, I was eating a tortilla chip, some nachos actually, and it chipped, and I had to fly back to Miami to get a maintenance, a chip fix. So I did know that it's more maintenance with resin, so I chose a doctor in Miami. So in case I have a chip, I could just book a quick flight for less than $200 and get to Miami and get the chip fixed, okay? So that was a benefit of resin, is it's a quick trip to go get fixed. However, it's $500 every time you go get fixed plus travel. So take that in consideration too. Resin stains, with red wine as well. I know you were sick when it chipped. Yes, girl. And guess what? That wasn't the first chip. I've had them chipped 3 times. I've had 3 emergency trips to Miami to have them fixed, and this is why I'm kind of telling you guys so you have a ones up, because nobody told me, and then now I'm seeing having them the effects of it. So this is kind of like, I know people have money and want to invest in like teeth and stuff like that, so I'm giving you hardcore facts. So it chipped 3 times on me. Each trip you have to flight, hotel, $500 repair. It adds up. So yeah, and taking off of work, all that adds up. So if I had to do it again, I would have just strictly went straight for the porcelain veneers, because porcelain veneers do take longer. So depending on where you go at, sometimes it may take 1 to 3 days to get the porcelain veneers done. You know, here in Atlanta, they wanted upwards of 25 to 30 for as many porcelain veneers as I wanted. So try going out of the country for porcelain. I've heard some of my clients go and get porcelain veneers in Mexico for $10,000 and $11,000. I'm sorry? 11? Okay, thank you. Yeah, I've heard a lot of my clients go to Mexico and get porcelain veneers for $10,000 or $11,000. And porcelain is better because porcelain does not chip. Porcelain does not stain. Porcelain, pretty much once they're in, and they're gonna last you, you know, 10 to 20 years. The resin, here, y'all listening for another big tip on resin that I found out recently about resin. So we always make fun of people, right, when they first get the resin veneers because they're so thick and bulky, right? Oh, I think I was supposed to go the other way. They're so thick and bulky, right? Well, the reason why they make the resin veneers thick and bulky is because each time they do maintenance on them, you go for maintenance, they basically are drilling down a layer, right? So they're drilling down a top layer to make them white again and refresh them. And guess what? After 3 or 4 maintenances of them drilling down that top layer, you don't have any more layers to drill down. So guess what they tell you then? They tell you, just like they told me the last time I was in Miami getting my routine maintenance, they tell you it's time to get another overlay. So that's $3,500 or $3,000. I think they told me like $3,200. Anyway, it's between $3,000 and $3,500. So now you've spent $5,000 on resin, and then you have had to go back down there for routine maintenance and chip maintenance probably 3 or 4 times. And then when they get to the bottom layer of the resin veneers, they're gonna tell you, okay, you either need to switch to porcelain or you need to get another overlay of resin, which is another $3,000. So that's what I'm telling you. Save the headache if you can. And like, if you need to do resin as a temporary fix, do that, but it's definitely not a long term. Your goal is to go ahead and get the porcelain veneers. If you're gonna do it, just do it and invest and get it done with, because you're gonna spend the same amount of money in the long run on resin. And yeah, that's the tea. That's the tea these dentists don't tell you. So kind of just fit what's best for your position at this point in time. If I would have been educated more then, I think I would have, and known the facts, I would have went with porcelain, because I just didn't know the facts. But they do stain, they do chip, resin, stain, chip, maintenance, and you will eventually have to get an overlay. Porcelain, once it's done, it's done. No stain, no chip, lasts longer, more durable, less maintenance, and you're good to go. So today's topic is resin versus porcelain. Y'all have a blessed day, and I hope this was helpful to somebody. And take care.